afternoon. Welcome to Mount Madness 2018. If you don't know me, shame on you. You should at this point. I'm Pat Booth. I'm the product manager that handles our mount category. Always excited at this time of year. We do Mount Madness during February and March. Our play-in round is now over, so we are moving on to our top 32, which will make up our bracket this year. We're going to get right into it at number 32. Just making her way in. I believe this is her first time making the bracket for Mount Madness is Karen Saltero from our strategic team. Great job to you, Karen. Way to sneak in at 32. Number 31, heading up north, Sid Benjamin, newcomer to Stampede, newcomer to this contest. Sid, great job. You've put some pretty good numbers up there to make your way into this bracket. A couple underachievers heading up at number 30, Mick Gilchrist out west. Mick is normally in the top half of this bracket, normally does very well in the contest. Right in front of him at number 29, John Martin, last year's champion, knocked way down to number 29. So I'm expecting Jonathan to be able to pull himself up by his proverbial bootstraps and his literal bootstraps to be able to make a run in this contest. At number 28, another newcomer from the artist formerly known as Win It. It is Michael Bagan, who is on the DMR team with Chris Lubick. Made it in there. He apparently sold enough mounts to whichever one of the DMRs is not supposed to be selling chief, and made his way into the contest. So good job to you, Mike Bagan. Number 27, Dave Starcher. Nothing funny about that, Dave. You made your way into Mount Madness, and we're all proud of you. Hopefully you can perform a little bit better than you normally do in the skit at the national sales meeting, for your sake. Number 26, another West Coast underachiever, Jim Leibold. The toddler himself apparently did not cry and stomp his feet enough to get enough mount sales to make it into the top half of the bracket, but he did make it in nonetheless, and really all you need is a chip and a chair. Number 25 is who I like to call Todd Teachner 2.0. That's Dave Medema, who is coming in there, filling that out. Right ahead of him at number 24, Pete Hurley, and Pete actually had some Mustang sales, if you can believe that as well. Mark Ames will be very happy to hear that. Number 23 is another one that is normally a big contender, and that's Jim Hathaway. Apparently not a lot of CDW mount sales these days, but Jim normally fights all the way through to the end and usually makes it to the final four, so expecting Jim to try and make a run here. Number 22 and 21, we have a couple of feisty ladies. Christina Rebich at number 22 out of the Midwest. Always has to work hard to maintain control in that office there with those three clowns that she works with. And then Brynja at number 21 up north in Canada. Always a big producer in Mount Madness. Number 20, we have another newcomer, Brian Levine, on Chris Lubick's team, handling connection, handling SHI, doing some good things there to make his way into the top 20 of the bracket. And at number 19 is his boss, Mr. Chris Lubick. Apparently we had some HSN sales for mounts this month, so Chris made his way into the bracket. Number 18, Cami Mills, going out west. She's a tough one. She's going to put up some big numbers. She's already put up some pretty good numbers to start in the play-in rounds, and right ahead of her at number 17 is her boss, Kevin Welling. Kevin, usually a big peerless producer, so I'm hoping for his sake that he does very well in this contest. But he's got a tough match at number 16. Big Daddy out of the Midwest, Sean Blair, going head-to-head against Welling in this first week at number 16. Right ahead of Sean at number 15 is his office mate, Chip Owen. They are like an old married couple. Hey, Sean, are you going to clean your guns today? And then Sean pulls out his gun and does something silly with it. Number 14 is Chad Harrison. He also is somebody that writes a lot of big numbers around mount time. Right ahead of him is the man who is not only the oldest salesperson, but also complained the most about what his target was, and that is Grumpy Mark Tuzo. He's like one of those old guys up in the Muppets that sat in the corner and complained about everything. That's Mark Tuzo right there. Ahead of him, at number 12, we put an asterisk next to this guy because Dave Brunner made it in with the help of hospitality mount sales. I didn't even know we had hospitality mounts. Mark Ames informs me of this morning, and it sneaks Dave Brunner in. It's almost like Bonds going for 71 home runs. They put the asterisk next to it with the steroids. Dave sells illegal hospitality mounts and makes his way into the top 12. At number 11, on the Redemption Trail, Mike Fia coming back strong. He is at number 11, looking to put up some big numbers to hopefully win this thing. Into the top 10 now. Number 10 out of the Northeast, Big Bob Aarons, always a heavyweight in this contest. And that's not a shot at Bob being a heavyweight. I'm a heavyweight. if we're talking about weight here. I mean, we're not talking about weight here, but I mean, I'm a heavyweight, literally a heavyweight. Ahead of Bob at number 9, Michael Butler. It's about time one of the West Coast or Southwest team members put up some numbers in the prelim rounds here. At number 8, living the dream off of my old account base is Brian Marinello, selling to CTSI and a lot of those great customers in the Mid-Atlantic and the Northeast. Ahead of him at number 7, this guy's put up big numbers week 1 and 2 of the play-in round, and that's Mansour Maki up in Toronto. Right ahead of Mansour, always sneaking around the top of the order, and when I say sneak, it should let everyone know it's number 6, Rich Schwartz. Very sneaky, very crafty veteran, likes to maybe sandbag a few orders here and there. There's nothing wrong with sandbagging. I used to do it all the time when you're in a contest. Ahead of him is number 5. We've got a Northeast trio right at 6, 5, and 4, and number 5 is Randy Williams. That is Mark Tuzo's work wife. They bicker back and forth on a daily basis, so good for them. Randy is preceded at number 4 into our top 4 by 2-time champ Dan Hartman, who has made it into the top end of the bracket per usual. He is always consistent around this time of year, always does great things. Ahead of him at number 3, the Southern gentleman, Grant Hill. He is so handsome. I don't know how you could just do anything but stare into his dreamy eyes. Grant always does a great job around this time of year. Number 2 is a shocker. Newcomer. Let's give it up for Lee Smith at number 2 out of the Southeast. She has hit the closest to her quota for the entire contest already in this play-in round. And that brings us up to number 1, my guest, the illustrious, large in character and if not large in size, Tom Keefe. Tom, how does it feel to be the number 1 seed going into the bracket round of Mount Madness?
Ain't first or last.
I like the way you think, Tom. Personality plus all the way. I expect a lot more out of you from this, but maybe you're just saving it for the Mount contest, right?
That's right, I am.
All right, what do you got? So you have your first round matchup as Karen Soltero.
Yes, sir.
Are you scared?
No.
No?
No fear whatsoever.
Got some big sales lined up this week?
I don't know if they'll have to be that big to beat her, but we'll see.
Gauntlet has been thrown down. We don't have an actual gauntlet here, but Tom just threw a virtual gauntlet down. I had to pay Tom with a can of Coke Zero to get him in here to film this. But anyways, that's it for us. We will be back next week. Always give it up for Tom Cavanaugh filming on our high-definition iPhone camera that we have here in the production studios at 55 Woodridge. Thanks all. Good luck in the contest. Happy selling. Weekly winners will be out in the email as well. Thanks.